Hey, friends, Powwow Phoenix here. One thing that a lot of potential powwowers wants to know about is what's called distance healing. In this day and age, like even though like things like the internet have brought people together in ways that we never had in the past, we're actually more separated now physically than we ever were in history. So, uh, well, uh, 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 um, a lot of our powwowing might be done by a distance. And I've talked about this before in different, venues and such with, but distance powwowing is basically, in my experience, done two different ways. Number one, you're going to literally act as if the person is physically there with you in your kitchen, in your private area or whatever. You're going to set a chair up. You're going to visualize as if they're sitting there and do the work, just as if they would physically be present. And that's the easier way to do it. The second method is done with something that's called astral, like journeying, traveling. This is where you're literally kind of like throwing your inner self outside of yourself and traveling to that person and doing the powwowing ritualistic healing over them while you're in like a spirit form. Sounds crazy, sounds weird, but that's just what powwowers do. And one method we use is what's called a throwing stick. A throwing stick is used in two ways. Number one, it's meant to throw um, the stuff, the negativity that you remove from your clients towards your like, you can call it the hexing cough, you can call it a place where you're going to dispose of the yuck. So you're throwing that there. Another sense with the throwing stick is that it's a tool of meditation where your stick is touching the earth, it's touching your forehead, which is the realm of the mind, and it's reaching up into heaven, which is the realm of God. And you are taking deep breaths and meditating and literally throwing yourself outside your body and traveling to the person that you wish to heal. And then while over them in your astral spiritual form, you are performing the powwow remedies that you are going to do on them for their specific needs. Astral travel, I started studying this stuff when I was a teenager. I'm going to be 51 soon, 51 years old. But so I've been studying this stuff for a long time, and I used to overthink it. I've been led to believe by a lot of people who have an agenda of selling books and making money and such that this is like such a very hard to attain thing. But if you take their course and if you pay their money and such with that, they will teach you how to get started on that. But the bottom line is, what I've learned over the past several years is that if you want to do it, just do it. Just start doing it. Just literally like calm yourself, center yourself, reach out to God and say, I'm going here. And just in your mind, see yourself leaping from your body and going to where you need to be. And that's what you need to do. Our imagination is basically our existence on a different plane of reality. So, um, don't worry about whether or not you're just pretending to do it or you're doing it. You're actually doing it. So you just go out there, do what you need to do over the client, come back into yourself, say a prayer of thanks, center yourself again and get yourself back into your physical, essence, um, and go on with your life. So the idea of like throwing yourself outside your body is not new. It is something very much ingrained within the Powline tradition. And the way to get started doing it is to just do it, is to sit down with your throwing stick. I like to rest my forehead against it, pray to God, converse with God, commune with God, connect with God, Feel the bottom of the throwing stick is rooted in the earth. It's keeping me grounded in the physical world. The mental world is here, connected to my thoughts and my prayers, and the top of the stick is reaching up into the heavenly realm, the realm of God. And I'm saying, dear God in heaven, on earth as it is in heaven. So as I visualize it here on earth, it happens up in heaven. I am leaving my body. I am going towards the person that is in need of help. And then I will then recite the healing ritual over them. I'll do what I need to do, and then I'll return to myself, and all will be well. So when it comes to things like the astral projection, and all these new age terms and such, rather than overthinking it and trying too hard and thinking it's this impossible, unattainable thing, just do it. Just sit down, close your eyes, say a prayer for protection, um, and literally throw yourself outside of your body. Travel to where you need to go with the protection of God surrounding you, and then do what you need to do and come back into yourself. Um, I can't think of a better way than that to explain it. That's the way that has worked for me for a very long time. And I don't want people to think that like the spiritual power, the things that God has granted us as his disciples is like super unattainable. It's there. God has given us these skills and these abilities to go out into the world and do these things in his name. And so in his name, you are able to do these things. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. But there you go. God bless you guys. Love you. And we'll talk soon.